Now, instead of just do a video here on a few of the ongoing bits and pieces at the moment, the Speedtail, the Apex, and yeah, this Grand Prix that's kicked off for the McLaren F1 Le Mans. And like that, of all of these three cars, the order they come in weirdly is the special event car at the very last. Then you've got the Apex from the Car Hunt, and then this Grand Prix, the F1 LM. Yeah, the LM standing for Le Mans, the 24-hour race. And like, weirdly enough, again, the Speedtail is such a modern supercar, but in this game it's been placed into the S-Class, and it could be a high-end A-Class, but that's genuinely not where people's attention should be, for a few reasons. One is the fact that I don't think anyone can actually just naturally unlock the car. It's much like the Valhalla, where there isn't enough blueprints throughout that special event to actually unlock it, so you're going to need to spend some tokens to get it. And yeah, it's one of those ones where the car isn't exactly amazing. Even if you were to max that thing out, all it's going to be is like a very, very decent mid-range kind of S-Class car. It's definitely not going to be a challenger for some of the high-end stuff. Is also notorious for having poor physics, and by that I mean the tail end of it kind of being a bit on the long side, and it getting caught in certain bits of terrain and resetting when it goes even ever so slightly off the map. It does have just bizarre physics, and on the global version of the game, which is basically a year after the one that's on the Nintendo Switch right now, yeah, it still hasn't been updated. Whereas like the Valhalla and the Bentley both get like adjustments to their steering, and the Speedtail, I don't think it ever was really fixed properly. So it's definitely like not much interest in the actual unlocking of that guy. Now, the Apex, yeah, that's a car hunt's ongoing at the moment. There's 2 days left in it as of now. Definitely grind out as many blueprints as you can, because if you can finish that one off, there's 750 tokens to be earned from the Speedtail event from it. I'll talk more about that in a bit. But also this McLaren. Now, this car is weird. It's like an absolute supercar from 1995. So you can tell even in the body and panel work of the thing, it's like not exactly new looking, but wow, is it like fast, great nitro, great acceleration. Basically like a Hurricane Evo, just upgraded a bit, but again, like the 1995-ness of it shines through in the design, and also kind of where it's a bit on the wobbly side at times. But yeah, the general thing is the fact that like it is an absolute beast in the B class. Now, you will see it again, the fact where most people are talking about this car, if you're on Discord or Facebook, as everyone should go for this car. Keep in mind, it's a Grand Prix car, so even in a tier 1 group, half the people inside there are getting it. In a tier 2 group, a quarter of the players, and lower down through it. So it's not a car that everyone can unlock. If you've qualified in a Grand Prix, you need to check your groups out and see, and if you're willing to spend tokens, because quite a lot of players who are like in the high-end stuff who really want this car will throw tokens at this one very, very early, myself included. I qualified on the first day with a 1:16 time. I said I'd just include like a blast through the way that I'm running this track. It really is a fairly good handling car. Once or twice it can kind of kick up a small bit off the ground when you're coming through the tunnely area. But yeah, I'll show the pathway that I'm taking through that here. Like, also, I need to do these practice runs to get the 8 blueprints, I think it is, from it by doing all the conditions. I have all the other ones done from the 360s, because, again, this isn't a car which exceptionally handles things like being roughhoused and 360'd and stuff around the place. It's great, but like I said, yeah, it's definitely, it's quite old. I mean, 1995... so it's missing a lot of features which some modern supercars and stuff would have. And that is kind of reflected in how it handles a small bit in the game. It's definitely, they just made it a small bit more kind of wobbly and bouncy. You can feel like even when it's going up and down on little bumps and stuff. Just collecting as many of the near miss and nitro boosts as possible. Yeah, just imperfect here to just launch it straight. not 360ing over that ramp, because you'll just lose a way more speed when you touch down. In here, just normal nitro into imperfect, drift through this S shape, and shockwave across most of the ice field. It does have a tendency at times to give a kind of weird reverse barrel roll if you pull away from the barrel roll when you're close to it. So it's not a perfect car, but it is, like, yeah, exceptionally fast for a B class. Bit of brake nitro action coming down here, but yeah, 1-star B class car at 235 miles an hour. Like, that is in line with the Centenario's top speed. It is nuts. Blue nitro attempt just to come around the end there, and yeah, 1:16.5. It's more or less what I put in the practice time of it. It, like you can see there, my kind of driving with this one really pays off again. It's just easy enough stuff, just not going too complicated. At the start, it's very important if you can pick up as many of the near miss bonuses from all those parked cars. Every one of those is 10% nitro, so just drive past them as close as you can, tap the nitro just into a yellow state. Same, there's a near miss just before that yellow bottle, and then just, yeah, when you're coming down from this, just try and make sure the car is evenly lined up and just go, like, again, not doing much in the lines of 360s and stuff on this. I know that there is a 360s by 5 challenge to be had here, but, like, I am not gunning for that. I just want, like, yeah, as best a time as possible. So yeah, one of these was to do, like, I think it's 5 or so 360s, maybe even more. You know, yeah, some blueprints towards the 2nd star of that. I will definitely be unlocking packs for this on the first day here as soon as that becomes available. But yeah, 1:16.5. Yeah, the time I actually qualified with was a 1:16.2. Slightly faster than that again, but more or less the same line. But it's just those times when the car tends to bob down into the snow, it is just down to that, like, 25, 26, 27-year-old suspension. It is kind of reflected in that in the car, but definitely it's a car that a load of players are going to want to get, and yeah, massive competition, I would say, for it. I would assume anyway in the groups for it. Decals again up for grabs as well in the tier 1 and tier 2 groups. You can take a look at them already. They are pretty pimpy. It is just a case of, yeah, the 1, 2 and the 3, and, like, I really genuinely love this car's look. It's like, I would say it's retro, but it's not retro looking. It is just genuinely old. Like, this is one that's, yeah, like I mentioned, it's in excess of kind of 25 years now old supercar, which is why it's slotted into the B class, because realistically, yeah, what was a supercar 25 years ago is obviously now slightly outclassed by modern machines. McLaren Speedtail event, though, I mentioned this at the start of the video, and yeah, this is one where I've been skipping this almost entirely. Just came in here a few times to touch in and, yeah, like, just do some conditions for the sake of getting those daily events done before that Grand Prix kicked off. But this is one that, yeah, requires the Evora, Elise, the P1, the 570S, the Apex, and this has a cool requirement of, if you do manage to 5-star this one, you're getting 500 tokens for the 5th star, 250 tokens for the 4th star. So there is 750 tokens up for grabs there, depending on how good you do in the car hunt. How much grinding you do in the car hunt. You've got the F1 Le Mans car is there on stage 8, and that again is a free try, but it requires the car to be at least 2 stars to be able to come in here, or 3 stars if you want to get some tokens back and the Speedtail epic from there as you go along. Lotus Evija, I think, is it as far as 5 stars? I don't think, yeah, it appears twice inside here. So Senna, but then these guys, yeah, the Senna and the Evija pop up again towards the very end, and there is actually, yeah, a 6-star reward for that Evija. That's the only one in this that I'm going to miss out on. But still, even though I have the garage for this event, yeah, there's like no path to get the Speedtail without spending some tokens, because yeah, it is just one of those special events where they've yeah, not given enough rewards throughout to actually be able to, like, fully complete it. And again, even if it could, the actual event itself, it's not exactly for an amazing car. It's cool enough looking, but you know, if you've got the Bugatti Chiron, the SSC Tuatara, Jesco, or so, they're gonna smoke this one realistically in single player events. But yeah, in multiplayer especially, the car's length is just really, really bizarre, especially when it comes to, like I said, a multiplayer type scenario. You would not want to take that because it will just get kind of hammered around with the back end and with those weird physics. Yeah, the Speedtail is definitely an event where I'm going to be kind of skipping over it for the most part. I'll do some bits and pieces. I may unlock the car depending on how I finish up with that, but definitely it's the last thing that I have any interest in from all this. The one I have been spending my tokens on throughout the past week or so has been the car hunt for the Apex. And like, there is 10 blueprints here from the 911 GT1 and the Cadillac CN Concept. You've got the C-Class reward in the middle and a 47-second requirement. Now, you can do that 47 seconds in something like the Cure NSX or the H2 Speed in touch drive, but it can't be done touch drive with no input, so you kind of have to put some time into this. And yeah, if anyone isn't started on this one by now, you've definitely missed out on a good portion of this car, because like, it needs 162 blueprints to get this car to max. And the way it works out is, say you get 3 packs per run and you need 162 blueprints. There's 10 guaranteed. You effectively need to do this race around 500 times. And yeah, if you have this on touch drive, what you need to do is just select right here, drift a second, and then just nitro down the first ramp. When you're coming to this corner, you just drift button for a second here, and then a double tap of the boost, and the same again coming up here. So just drift and nitro, and then like, it doesn't require a lot of inputs, but the AI is fairly aggressive, and a few times they've ran me into these pillars and stuff. So like, it can require you to just basically keep an eye, and it would go and like get to 47, but you can just shockwave it towards that finish line as well, just to finish a second or so early. So like, it doesn't need to be driven 500 times, but it does need some interaction at least. Otherwise, it'll kind of only get 2 packs every run, and obviously make that require like, yeah, 600, 700 runs or 100 per day, which is kind of crazy. But let's see, any blueprints this time for me? No dopamine hit this time. But I'm actually very close to finishing off unlocking that car, but I'm just going to do 1 or 2 more runs of that here and grab those blueprints. Now, so another run of that down, and let's see, do I get the last blueprint that I need to get that one? Just for the unlock of this. Okay, cool. I'm on to import parts and stuff from these. And there we go. Boom. Blueprint number 162 out of 45. And that is, yeah, all of the blueprints that are required for this Apex Ap0. The last quests of the season, by the way, which become available tomorrow, do not include a unlock or star up any car. Even if they did, I would be doing that anyway with the F1 Le Mans. So the Ap-0, yeah, that can get unlocked here. And like I said, I went off and I got all of the blueprints for this guy. So yeah, unlocked a new car indeed. Star up. Star number 2 for this one, because I didn't have anything to do with this car until the next day in the GP. So yeah, I'm just gonna like I said, star up this car some more. I believe it's 162. Hopefully I haven't miscounted. There we go. Star number 3, that's pretty handy. And star number 4. Hope there isn't a driver inside that, because you're going to get quite dizzy whizzing about. Next, all the way up there. So it's 3.5k, and boom, final star added into that. So cool to have a car hunt where it's, again, like the 911 GT1 Evolution, being an actual useful car. But yeah, that Very nice Apex AP-0 into, yeah, the 5-star. Fully unlocked, and yeah, started up all the way with the 162 blueprints required for that one. And since I actually legitimately have the carbon fiber pieces, I can, yeah, put my color onto this one legitimately. So, as opposed to the way I copy that onto all of the other cars. I should be able to, whoop, carbon fiber this one up immediately straight out of the thing. Very, very sleek looking, and yeah, the like polar opposite to the F1 LM in terms of just the modernness of this car. 15 races in multiplayer, you say? Sure, they could be done. Yeah, there we go. Nice red rims and brake calipers on that. Yeah, that is one slick, beastly B-class car. Not exactly a king of B-class in the slightest, but yeah, that's what, 750 tokens going to be coming from that stage in the special event for the Speedtail, just based on having this one fully unlocked. Not sure will it need to be upgraded. May need to get some tuning on that for it, but yeah, I can definitely make use of this over the next couple of days. And yeah, actually, there was one other thing in my garage waiting to unlock, but yup, that Bentley key finally arrived in my mailbox, and there we go, a 3-star Bentley GT3 as well. So bringing that up to car number, was that 98 and 99, so just one more to go. 4,000 carriage value from having a Continental inside there. Car number 99 it would be, and yeah, let's see, so it's either the Speedtail or the F1 LM that'll be the like car number 100. I think from the way the order that things would unlock, it would probably be the Speedtail if I go and unlock that, because I think its special event will wrap up probably before the Grand Prix for the actual F1 LM. But hopefully I get one of the two of those today, because yeah, I might land it in a bad group for that Grand Prix. It's always a possibility, but there's 2 new cool cars to the garage. That Bentley as well, by the way, and any other cars that people unlocked throughout this thing, just don't forget that there's only 1 day or so left here with the Finest Royals Part 1. So if you did get yourself a Bentley, bring it in there. Or if you unlocked, yeah, the Jaguar CX, the DBS Superleggera, and the Aston Martin Valhalla. So there's definitely some tokens to be gotten from this just before it wraps up. I unfortunately need another 2 tickets before I can, yeah, bring that Bentley in there. And I also have the Finest Royals Part 2 to go through. So Lotus Evora, Elise, Bentley, yeah, that's the Season Pass car, the P1. The Apex, just get that maxed out. 570 Spider, Lotus Evija, F1 LM, the Grand Prix car. Senna, definitely have that. The Valhalla, have that. And the Speedtail, I'm not sure will I have that, but there's 400 tokens in here I can't get access to immediately. But the problem with this is the fact that, oof, that is a lot of tickets required for this one, because it is 3 tickets per run. And admittedly, the game is crashing that bit less, so that's kind of cool at least. But yeah, so we have the Speedtail and the F1 LM, which are both locked, but everything else in there, token mania coming for me in the next couple of days anyway, so I can grind that one out whenever I have some tickets to spare. But yeah, they were being burned constantly into that Apex hunt, and definitely if anyone hasn't gotten into that one yet, you've got 2 days, and I would advise, like, if you've got the H2 Speed and the Acura, could be worth it to just like spend 10 tickets and spend 50 tokens, even refilling your tickets here, just so that you could actually do 10 more runs. If you've got the Legend Pass, obviously you get like a free refill of that every day, so it can be quite handy for grinding it out. But 1 day, 17 hours to go with that. Good luck with the Apex Hero Hunt. Ignore most of the Speedtail, in my opinion. Just do what you can from it, regain some tickets that way. There's cool enough Black Friday event on where there's 60 tokens to be had and some crash rewards. I've only done the 3 runs for the solo rewards, because like I said, spending all those tickets. But yeah, that one's there for the next week or so. Whoa, that's a long time. There is a cool DLC as well for Black Friday, which is only 99 cents in the store. Comes with a bunch of those Black Friday pack cards. But yeah, if you have missed that one, it's there. Yep. Yeah. Black Friday currency small, so 99% off, 750 tokens for 99 cents. It's pretty much as good a deal as you get in this game. The closest to that is Royal's Finest 3 Relay 1 of 5. First part of that is €5 and it's 750 tokens as well. The Royal's Finest packs with that have the Avija in there and the McLaren Senna, so there might be some use in those for people. I kind of have 2 out of the 3 of those cars actually maxed out. Same with the Black Friday. There is some decent-ish cars in this, if I recall. Yeah, SSC Tuatara, Rimax C2, Y, Yesco, Bailey Blade. There's some really cool cars, but I mean, it's not going to exactly unlock these for anyone, I feel. But I don't know, it's definitely like, it's likely that you will make use out of the blueprints which come out of these. It's just that it's such a spread of really cool cars that definitely, yeah, you could be trying for quite a while to get like the exact one that you need with those. It is kind of too wide and net, but still 99 cents for 750 tokens is pretty much as good as it gets with currency in this. The rest of the deals are all pretty meh down the way along. But anyway, I just wanted to throw together a video of some bits and pieces of this, and like, yeah, specifically on the F1 LM, because that's a car that loads of people are going to be gunning for, and it's just really, really important to check out your groups that you've landed in terms of if you've got an actual shot to get the key, see how many keys are in your group, and kind of like either decide, are you going to put down some tokens early for that car? Because you see it in the multiplayer 2 right now. That car is exceptionally powerful. But like, you're gonna want to unlock it, I would think, at least kind of the 3-star mark, just because it will be a really genuinely nice addition to any garage. The thing is, like, a load of players will be going for it, so obviously, you know, in the biggest groups with the most keys, only half the players are guaranteed a key out of that. So do just keep in mind that you can end up spending tokens on that Grand Prix, and if you're not playing it every day and staying and like doing as much practice as possible, you will walk away without tokens and without the car, which will suck, because it's a cool car, and definitely it's one that people will be gunning for and throwing quite a few K tokens after. But as always, guys, a good look in this. If you have any questions specifically to do with these events and stuff, just drop them down in the comments and see if I can get any answers as to stuff that's upcoming, because there is a burst of speed on the way as well, which should be here almost now. Maybe it'll be like this weekend, I'm not entirely sure. But as always, guys, these videos are useful. Sub button up there over my head, other videos for me there, and yeah, drive safe and good luck in your Grand Prix groups wherever you land.